Welcome back to Only Talk Sports. We talk sports every single day, or at least we try to. I'm Roche Jeffrey. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Hit that notification bell so you never miss another video. We've been talking about college football and the NFL almost exclusively on this channel because that's where most of the big news has been coming from. But finally, college basketball has a big news story. A big-time recruit has committed to a blue blood program. Liam McNeeley, a five-star small forward from Montverde Academy, has committed to Indiana. I'm going to go over how important this addition is for Mike Woodson and the Indiana Hoosiers for college basketball next season, and whether I think that this is a start of a possible big class for the Indiana Hoosiers in 2024. Now, Liam McNeeley, as I mentioned before, is a five-star small forward in the 2024 class. He's ranked in the top 20 according to most recruiting outlets, and he was down to the Indiana Hoosiers and the Kansas Jayhawks. Now, Mike Woodson has been full court pressing Liam McNeeley. He has been recruiting him hard for over a year and a half. Kansas entered the recruitment much later, which is what usually the Kansas Jayhawks, Kentucky Wildcats, and other programs like that do. But Mike Woodson, he knew that he needed to get a shooter in this class because that is something Indiana has lacked for a very long time. And he was able to get Mackenzie Mbako for the 2023 class. Indiana is about to be playing basketball in less than a month, and Mackenzie Mbako is going to be a big part of their team this year. He's a really good three-point shooter, and he's 6'8". And Liam McNeeley fits a very similar mold to Mackenzie Mbako. He's 6'7", and he's been averaging a lot of points for Montverde, and he shoots the three ball exceptionally well. He's one of the best three-point shooters in the 2024 class. He's not one of the best athletes in the class, but he can go off the dribble a little bit, but his three-point shooting more than makes up for the potential lack of athleticism. And again, this is big for Indiana because the Kansas Jayhawks already have a great class in 2024. Flory Badunga, a player that Indiana was really recruiting in the 2024 class, a big-time five-star center. He went to Kansas, and the Jayhawks just got Marquise Passmore, another forward that Indiana was recruiting, and they got another player as well. So the Kansas Jayhawks, their class isn't set just yet, but Bill Self, he's doing a remarkable job for the 2024 class. But I think this just goes to show you with what Mike Woodson is building at Indiana is that he is able to win these big-time recruiting battles. He was able to beat out Kansas last year for Mackenzie Mbako, and then now this year he's able to get Liam McNeeley. And Mike Woodson has missed out on a lot of big-time talent in the 2024 class. A lot of guys he wanted, they're off the board, but a couple of players Indiana's still looking at is Derek Queen, a center from Montverde Academy, just like Liam McNeeley, and they're very close, so possibly Indiana might be able to land him for the class. And they're looking at Boogie Flan, who is a 6'2" point guard who is an extreme athlete, and he's probably going to be a one-and-done. Liam McNeeley might be a one-and-done as well. Who knows? But Boogie Flan says he wants to have talented players around him. Well, Liam McNeeley is a talented player that Boogie Flan can pass the ball to. So this might be a start of things to come for Indiana in the 2024 class. And how you get a big class, you need the first domino to fall. So for Indiana to have any shot to get Derek Queen or Boogie Flan and have a top 5 potential class in 2024 in college basketball, they needed to get Liam McNeeley. And like I said before, Indiana has been recruiting Liam McNeeley for a very long time. And this just goes to show you how far Indiana has come under Mike Woodson versus where they were under Archie Miller. The Hoosiers did not have a chance to win these big-time recruitments under Archie Miller. I know they got Trace Jackson Davis and Romeo Langford, two really good players. Trace Jackson Davis, an all-time program great, and Romeo Langford was a 5-star recruit that has had some success at the NBA level, but Indiana got those players in state, and a lot of people thought that those players were going to go to Indiana, even though there was competition from other programs, but it's much easier to land in-state talent than it is out-of-state talent. Look who Mike Woodson has landed since he's taken over as the head coach of the Hoosiers less than 3 years ago. He got Jalen Hood-Schifino from Montverde Academy, and he's already in the NBA with the Los Angeles Lakers. He was able to get Malik Renew from Montverde Academy as well. Both those players were 5-stars. He got Tamar Bates to flip from the Texas Longhorns. Yes, he is no longer with the program. He transferred to Missouri, but that was still a good get at the time. And then he got Mackenzie Mbako in this class, and now you just got Liam McNeeley. So Mike Woodson is stacking 5 stars on on top of 5 stars. Indiana is winning these recruiting battles with other blue blood programs. Indiana is a blue blood program. It's been dormant for a very long time. Yes, Mike Woodson has not gotten Indiana back to Elite Eight or Final Four status or even being able to win the Big Ten, but the Hoosiers are much better than they were a few years ago. And if Mike Woodson is able to continue to land these top-rated players, then I think that will only help Indiana in the future to get back in the national scene and possibly get better and better in future seasons. And even though I'm talking bigger picture, Liam McNeeley himself is going to help out Indiana in 2024 because the biggest weakness that Indiana has had since the end of the Tom Crean era is they cannot shoot the basketball. They have struggled to hit three-point shots, and that is exactly what the doctor ordered for Indiana with Liam McNeeley. He's a great three-point shooter. Indiana got Mackenzie Mbako in 2023. He's going to be a great three-point shooter this year for Indiana. And Liam McNeeley's probably even better than Mackenzie Mbako at shooting the three ball. He is a pure three-point shooter, and that's going to help out Indiana's other players be able to do what they're better at. Having a guy like Liam McNeeley that's going to stretch the defense, and you're going to have to guard him at all times because of the threat that he has from the three-point line. So all around, this is a big day for Indiana basketball. Is it one of the biggest news stories of Mike Woodson's tenure? You can make an argument that it's not. You could point to Jalen Hood-Schifino being the first 5-star recruit that Mike Woodson recruited for a whole high school class, or you could say the Tamar Bates flip, or even Mackenzie Mbako getting him over Kansas. But even with all those big wins for Mike Woodson, Indiana, Liam McNeeley is just icing on the cake, further showing Indiana can win these big recruiting battles in multiple seasons, and that Indiana is trying very hard to get back to the top of college basketball. Mike Woodson means what he says. He wants to put banners on the wall, and a recruitment win like Liam McNeeley, it not only helps the Hoosiers in 2024 to be able to have it where they're going to be a better three-point shooting team, and it's going to help out the other players on the roster in that season because of his three-point shooting ability and the other attributes that make Liam McNeeley a great 5-star athlete. But the fact that Indiana might be able to get a great class in 2024, and if Liam McNeeley and more of these players keep going pro, if Mackenzie Mbaka goes pro in this class, Indiana might be able to land more recruits in the future, and they might continue to win these recruiting battles over Kansas and the other blue bloods in college basketball. Subscribe to the channel if you like sports content. Like this video down below. Comment down below what you think about Liam McNeeley committing to the Indiana Hoosiers, and whether you think that this further is signifying that Mike Woodson has gotten Indiana back on the national scene and that they're going to continue to be able to win these big recruiting battles in the future, and how much you think Liam McNeeley will be able to help out Indiana in the 2024-2025 season. Follow me on Twitter as well. Link is in the description, and I will see you next time.